Teamwork wins. Once upon a time, in a bustling town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a diverse community of animals. Among them were rabbits, squirrels, birds, and even a few industrious ants. Each species had its own talents and strengths, but they rarely interacted with one another, preferring to keep to their own kind. One day, a great storm swept through the town, leaving destruction in its wake. Trees were uprooted, homes were destroyed, and food supplies dwindled. The animals realized that if they were to survive and rebuild their town, they would need to work together. At first, there was hesitation and distrust among the animals. The rabbits thought the birds were flighty and unreliable, while the birds thought the squirrels were too scattered and easily distracted. The ants, meanwhile, seemed too focused on their own tasks to be bothered with the plight of the others. But as the days passed and the need became more urgent, the animals began to set aside their differences and come together for the greater good. The birds used their aerial view to scout for resources, the squirrels used their nimble fingers to gather materials, and the rabbits used their strong legs to transport heavy loads. The ants, with their incredible strength and numbers, worked tirelessly to dig trenches for new tree plantings and to fortify the remaining structures against future storms. Each species brought something unique to the table, and together they were able to accomplish more than any of them could have done alone. As they worked side by side, the animals began to realize that their differences were what made them strong. They learned to appreciate each other's strengths and weaknesses, and to rely on one another for support and guidance. And slowly but surely, the town began to rise from the rubble, stronger and more resilient than ever before. However, just as their town began to flourish once more, a new challenge emerged. A neighboring town of mischievous foxes and cunning wolves saw the unity among the animals and sought to exploit it for their own gain. They launched a series of raids, stealing food and causing chaos wherever they went. At first, the animals were thrown into disarray, unsure of how to defend themselves against such a formidable threat. But then they remembered the lesson they had learned during the storm: teamwork wins. Drawing on their newfound unity, they devised a plan to outsmart the invaders. The birds provided reconnaissance, the squirrels set traps, the rabbits led the defense, and the ants mounted a relentless counterattack. And together, they drove the foxes and wolves away, securing their town and their future. In the end, it wasn't just the physical structures that were rebuilt, but also the bonds of friendship and cooperation among the animals. They had learned that by working together, they could overcome any obstacle and achieve great things. And as they looked out over their newly restored town, they knew that they owed it all to the power of teamwork.